Good morning. Special early stream today because it's a follow-up to last night. I had to cut last night's stream short because we crashed. So, we were exploring the new content update, or really just the new lands in Tamriel Rebuilt, since they updated last week. And they had two areas that were updated, which were the Imperial cities in the Telvanni lands in the east, and also there's some new cities and towns in Lalu. We've flown over them before when they were preview, but now they actually have content. So we started in Firewatch and its surrounding villages last night, but we crashed, and so I didn't quite get to Helnum. So we're going to start today by going to Helnum, and then after that, we're going to recall to State of Neen, do a quick flight over the channel to its sister village, Tain, directly opposite it, and from Tain we'll be able to start exploring the new lands in the west. But I do want to see how Helnum was redone first, because we never got there last night, so let's go ahead and get ready to play. If we crash again, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't have a long time to stream today, but I've got a bit of time. Alright. Yeah, looks like we're rolling. Alright, looks like we're running today. Alright. We used a Kaji last night, so today we're going to do an Argonian, I think. But it looks, we'll probably have to start without that cool armor, so. Last night was kind of embarrassing. I forgot my control scheme. There's some nice choices here. But I like that look. We're going to go that. Scout again. It's meaningless because we're not actually going to do much of encounters today. But so it feels more proper to walk over and talk to him rather than just opening the door and making him shout after us. All right, there's our guy for this adventure. Before we get the cheat utilities, we're just going to get a quick little robe over here. It's I'm not sure we're going to take the time to fight down a guard, provoke a guard into getting himself killed like we did yesterday. So I don't feel like doing that today. Not unless I see some really cool armor set while we're out. Like the Khajiits, the Argonians also can't use boots or helmets. Alright, let's go get our cheat utilities and be on our way. Also, I'm going to use my Glove of Mark. That way we don't have to fly over Indral lands when we're done in Helnum. We can just... Because where we want to go is directly south of State of Neen after we finish in Helnum, so... We'll be using the Mark and Recall items from the cheat utilities as well. Let's go ahead. There. That's a good place for us to jump off. There's the St. Denis Lighthouse. This is a good place for us to begin our flight, but first, all right, let us begin. We want to go east. We're looking for Helnum right now. And I have a general idea where it is. I don't remember exactly where it is. So let's just keep rolling. Or flying, as the case may be. Until I fix open MW and get distant land set up just right. I mean, it's better than vanilla right now, but we won't be able to do a proper Morrowind flight simulator stream. I want to just do a flight simulator stream where we go everywhere, but I need to fix OpenMW so we can get even more the land even farther out before we can do that. I think that'll be a fun stream to try sometime next year, though, if I can get the other engine fixed. Alright. Helnum is somewhere along the Telvanni coast on the east. I think I also want to revisit Lithonia. I don't think they've done anything with it since I've left. Alright. So we've come in too far south. We're in Indoril territory right now. Amar. So we want to be heading northish from here. Should be the first big, relatively big village we come across. That's Imperial. We're not going to do Firewatch or those other two little villages tonight. We saw those last night. I didn't really like the Battle Oira downgrade. Old Battle Oira was a nice charming little village. New Battle Oira is just sad, but the other little village, I forget its name. I like that village. That was pretty cool. And that one was completely new. We're just going to follow the coast and hope we see it. I don't want to spend too much time on Helnum, because I really want to get to the lands out west. That's where the meat of this update was. Well, up here in that area is Firewatch. So Helnum should be somewhere in these areas. And it's raining, both in-game and in real life right now. We've been getting, in real life over here, we've been getting a lot more rain than usual. Oh, a hostile. That's okay. Mercy today. Mercy for him, because he was really just a distraction. Yeah, Firewatch is going to be up there, so Helnum is somewhere on this big landmass here. If we find a path, we can find a sign. I think that's the plan we got to go with. Alright, let's do this on foot. Let's go down this path until we find some kind of sign. I wonder what's in there. Wasn't really going to do any encounters today, but an ancestral tomb, probably nothing worth our time anyway, so let's just keep moving. I'm streaming early so I can leave tonight free in case I want to do another program that I wanted to schedule for this month. Just because we crashed last night and I ended the stream early, so I wanted to finish this up while I want to finish up the stream goals for last night.
Go ahead.
That must be a camp of some kind up there. No, those are just rocks. And a house in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by what looks like mushrooms. Ah, it's a plantation, and that's where the slaves are. We're gonna follow this path and look for some kind of sign. This is one of the Telvanni towns, I think, because you can see the mushroom tower up there. Tel Uada. We can... Maybe the fast travel here can take me to Helnum. So let's look around and find the traveler here.
My time is precious. How are you today?
So yeah, the content update didn't do anything to Telvanni land, to Telvanni settlements.
Go ahead.
So this is just a brief little pit stop, hoping we can find the fast travel here to take us where we actually want to go. Those are the boats down there. But yeah, gotta love Telvanni towns. They're so unique. There you go. Tel Uada, I think. Yeah, Uada. This is a nice little Telvanni village out here. Mushroom village. Travel. Okay, this one goes to Bal Oira. We saw Bal Oira last night, so... Actually, last night when we came through Bal Oira, it was dark in the game. So here you go. Here's what Bal Oira looks like now. Definitely a major downgrade. Old Bal Oira, like I said, was really amazing. Well, not amazing, but it was pretty cool. And this is just not. Whatever. Let's keep moving. I'm trying to figure out how the best way. Nivalis is way out of our way. There's no way that traveler is going to go to Helnum. This is Baramu. This is another small pre-existing village. That must be the travel gods. Well, the travel says Baramu, but I don't see the village. Ah, there it is. So the travel set a bit outside the village. I've always liked this little village. This is one of the first few areas I saw when I first started exploring Tamriel Rebuilt years ago. It's a nice little village, but let's head back to the boat now.
I'm listening.
Yeah, Baramu's nothing new. It's been there for years. That's not why we're here today. It's a little confusing just how far out of town the travel is, though. Travel. He goes to Bal-Oira and Dagon Fell. We're consoling this. I don't want to waste too much time on Helnum. So let's take a quick look at the map and see how far out of the way I was. Alright, we fixed it. Alright, so we're in Helnum now. Where on the map exactly is it? So we actually flew pretty close to Helnum before. We were just off to the side a bit too much. Okay. Let's get a quick aerial before we actually do our exploration. So let's start out here as if we were actually flying into town. What building is this? I don't remember this little building. That's the Helnum Lighthouse. Okay, of course it is. So let's look at Helnum real quick. It looks similar to before, except quite a bit smaller. It's a nice little imperial village with, I think, let's go look at that main building over there and then be on our way. This is the Zafrabil Bay Company. Let's poke around here real quick and then be on our way. Looks like a trading outpost.
You're on your honor. Don't press your luck.
Maybe a trading outpost. Maybe just a business area. I don't remember this building. This is probably
What assistance are you in need of my services?
this is probably something new. The blue book of riddles and the yellow book of riddles. Let's look at the riddle books real quick. It doesn't actually have the riddles in the text. A metal neither black nor red, as heavy as manna's gold and greed. What you do to stay ahead, with friend or arrow or steed. Lead or lead. Okay. A man says, if you lie to me, I will slay you with my sword. If you tell me the truth, I will slay you with a spell. What must you say to stay alive? You must say that he will slay me with a sword. Because if he slayed me with a sword, that means that I told the truth, which means he needs to slay me with a spell. But if he slayed me with a spell, that means he lied, so he has to with this. Yeah, that's a confusing one. A Bosmer was slain. The Altmer claims the Dunmer is guilty. The Dunmer says the Khajiit did it. The Orc swears he didn't kill the Bosmer. The Khajiit says the Dunmer is lying. If only one of them speaks the truth, who killed it? Probably the Orc. I don't really care. We're wasting time on these riddles. I wish the other book had its riddles, because that book, I've seen that riddle book before. Okay, I can't see if there's any... Nobody has... I can't find barter in here. Wow. This is a poorly designed area. It's kind of, sort of, maybe. Alright, we got through. Forget about looking for a merchant here.
So what do you want?
Oh wait, there's another level too? Director's Chambers. We are going to try to hack this lock. Lock too complex. We can deal. I mean, we've already consoled already, so... It is a cheater's run at this point. I mean, it was the moment we went into Saint Denis Lighthouse, it became a cheater's run. Oh, he's got a nice armor.
Yes.
She, I think that's a she, actually. You know what? Since it's a throwaway character anyway, we are rating that armor. I want that top. I want that armor top. Alright.
You grow weak.
Gotta love the bodyguards. What do they have? Querus. Greaves. You can't wear the built boots, but let's move them to inventory anyway. And like the last one, we'll leave their street clothes, so that at least they die in dignity. That's a cool look for him. I like. All right. Another locked door. Well, that's the door to go back downstairs. Yeah. We need to unlock the door from this side now. All right. So now let's head outside, look at the village a little bit, and then be on our way back out west. Where are the stairs? I mean the stairs down.
Excuse me. I was just thinking.
Yeah, it's dangerous when anyone here does that.
Fresh.
You know what? We found our way into the basement. We went downstairs too far. The door to the outside is somewhere on this level, I think. And still raining, I see. See, anything else of interest over here? think that Zafrabil Bay Company was the building of interest out here, but just a generic little village. Who's this guy? What's he up to? He's a shop. Alright. Let's get back on solid ground to do my recall. Alright, we're back at the St. Denis Lighthouse. So let's get back into the air and head south. Quick little detour. This little area over here, this ring of islands, this is Fire Moth. We did a stream over here a few weeks ago. It's guarded by skeletons. And once you get inside, rats. Now, let's head back to St. Denis real quick so we can find our way over to Tain. Tain is a little village which is from where we're going to start our exploration proper in the new lands of the West. I was kind of hoping it would be daytime in the game, though. Alright, I'm lost, so let's find our way back to St. Denis. There's another ancestral tomb. Alright, so here's St. Denis. And from here, if we go directly south to the Tamriel Rebuilt mainland. Alright, so we're going to start in this little fort here. This fort is not new. This was part of the Evenheart update last year or the year before. I don't remember when that was. But this is Fort Ancillus. So we're going to come out of the sky, get on the path, and look for road signs.
What's this about?
Hey, you know what? This is a good place to drop another mark. Just in case. Now that we're on the TR side. So we're going to follow the path until we see a sign. Or actually, we're going to...
Excuse me. Did you say something?
Is this dock part of the fort as well? I would assume so. And looks like there's a village over there. Well, how do I get over there? I mean, I can swim it, I guess. The Bufflehead, that's a nice name for a ship. Okay, that's not for me. Logbook of the Bufflehead. This is the logbook of the Bufflehead, a patrol ship of the Imperial Coast Guard. Most entries are brief and uninteresting, but one report from a few weeks ago stands out. It reads, Morndas, 2 hours after sundown, north of Tain. Running with a catboat cast adrift, lanterns darkened. Vessel identified as belonging to Varanduin, a known smuggler. No souls on board. Anchor missing, otherwise in good condition. No cargo apart from one empty crate labeled Good Mazda in a smuggler's code. Reason for abandonment unclear. No other things of note. So yeah, we are getting pretty close to Tain. I'm really hoping. But let's get back. Clearly this is not the travel boat. If fast travel is available out here, we will use that as well as the paths. Just because I want to see all the new towns, as many of the new towns and villages as we can. Not a traveler. And this one's called the Ash Runner. We're not going to explore this boat. It's very clear that there's no travel over here.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
So yeah, if we look across the bay, you can definitely see buildings over there. I think that's the village that we're trying to get to. A signpost would be nice, though. Alright, here's a signpost. Fort Ancillus, that's where we came from. Tain and Andothren. Well, Tain and Andothren are the first two towns I wanted to look at today, so we're on the right path. Alright, we took a wrong turn somewhere. Let's head back. Don't know what we're doing from Tain and Andothren. I didn't research this update too much. I do know that they were in preview before, but it's just exteriors. There's the fort over there. Alright. This is what we saw from the fort. Okay, good to know. So this is Tain. Looks like a nice little village. I read someone from TR describe it as kind of the mainland version of Saint Denis.
No, I don't think.
Customs and contraband warehouse. And since that sign also had Andothren on it, we're going to stay on foot, at least through Andothren. So that's a ship down there. So the takeaway is that this village has a little bit of a maze of hills going on, based on the fact that we're all the way up here. We saw down to the... So we're on a mountain right now, basically. I'm not going to spend too much time running around this village. Doesn't look like there's too much of note here. This is a Serifax Trade House. You've seen one building like this in Morrowind. You've seen them all, but hey, here it is. Looks like she sells a lot. Any robe choices? Doesn't look it, just shirts. The Imperial Kitchen. I think that's one of the new TR books.
No one can beat my prices.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Let's get back onto the path out of town. Find the sign that's back towards Andothren. Gatane was a nice little village. I liked it. Definitely a lot more fun than when it was empty, that's for sure. And I like how you can see the fort in the background. But it's time to move on, because Andothren, I think, is the big city for this update. I mean, we saw Firewatch last night, but... Oh, we got more street signs. Andothren, Tane, Omanus. I think that's new. And Budrun. So we wanted to come off the path on the other side of Andothren as the takeaway. We'll go back to the... Actually, the other street sign didn't have Omanus and Budrun on it. So let's head out there first. Because those names do not look familiar at all, so they must be new also.
You dress like that on purpose.
And after Omanus and Budrun, we'll recall back to the fort. And this time, when we go onto that path, this time we'll take the other road towards Andothren. But I want to see these two places that we just saw mention of. Omanus is that way. Kartor! That's another place I think that we're supposed to be looking at. I saw... I'm a little turned around right now. I have no idea which way we're going. Aren't new updates fun? You don't know which way you're going and you get lost. So we want to be going this way, according to that, for Omanus. Oh, I see it up ahead. I'm already lost as it is. What a waste of... All praise St. Jude. So, we found a village. Alright, we found Omanus. Ah, a smith. Let's make sure all my stuff is up to quality. He's just got all the cheap armors, though. And here's the trader for Omanus. He's got 2 robe choices. We already have the green one. I recognize the icon. Take a quick look at wardrobe like we did last night. So there's the green one I had before. This is the same brown one we used in Firewatch last night. Okay, we're going to wear that one for now. I like that blue and red one. We're not going to take too much time on this village. Looks like a tiny one anyway. Guard tower. Okay. Here's the other side of town. They got a mine going on. And this must be the residential area. Yeah, nice little village, but it's time to move on. Alright, we're back on a path. So let's look for the signpost. I want to try and stick to the paths right now because I don't know this area at all. Alright, where am I now?
I'm waiting.
I'm at a dock of some kind, but I have no idea what this is supposed to be out here. Is this meant to be a fast travel that where the travel NPC has not been made yet? I looked at both the people there, and neither one of them had travel options. So I'm not sure what that little dock is supposed to be. A sign. Andothren and Tane that way. Omanus. Budrun and Kartor are this way. Let's check them out, and then we'll hit Andothren. Okay, this bridge is new. We didn't come this way before. So at least we know we're going in the right direction towards new stuff. There's a ruin over there. I know I'm railroading a bit today, but it's about exploring new areas. Even when I did flyovers over the preview areas, I didn't really come to this region. I didn't spend a lot of time over here at all. I looked at Andothren a little bit during previews when it was just exteriors, but that's about it. Alright, we have another signpost up ahead, and what looks like a structure on a hill up there. Kraganmore. Budrun that way. Omanus, Tane, and Andothren back that way. Kartor, Varanus, and Kogotel? Does look a lot different than it does in the sky, I will say that.
I've got better things.
So this looks like a House Veteran guard camp up here on the hill. Wow. So they've just got towers watching the roads in the middle of nowhere. But then there's this gate here. So maybe it isn't the middle of nowhere. The way north remains shut for now. Future content update? Quest we haven't initiated? Who knows? That must be an important house writer in sight then. Alright, back to the signpost. So that's where Kartor and Kogotel and Varanus were, so I guess they're not available right now. So we're going to head this way towards Kraganmore and Budrone. So I think the plan is to look at Kraganmore and Budrone, and then use my recall back to the fort, because at this point it would take forever to get back to Andothren on foot. So we'll go back to the fort and go back to that first signpost, because Andothren is on the other side of Tain, if I remember everything correctly. Alright, looks like we're coming up on a settlement on the left. I do like the scenery out here. These are some terrains that they don't have in vanilla. Alright, what did I find? We found Budrone. So it looks like Budrone is just this little mining area. So we found Budrone, and since the sign said we were on the way towards Kraganmore, we're going to look for that as well. But it looks like this isn't even a village or anything. It looks like this is just a mine of some kind. Or not a mine, a quarry. So yeah, this is a little quarry area. I do like what I see, though. And if we come over here, they do have a trade house. So even though they're not really a village or anything, they do have a trade house. It's nice to see, finally see Redrin stuff in Tamriel Rebuilt, though. Uprising in Almalexia, Consolations of Prayer. We're not going to waste time on books right now, I don't think. But, nice little trade house. Pretty standard Redrin stuff up here. Okay, so there is a little bit of a village going on here. I judged it too early. And there's a Silt Strider. Let's just finish taking a look around, and then we will take the Silt Strider. A manor house. I've always liked the Redrin manor houses. They have such pretty architecture. Alright, there's your look inside a manor house. We're not going to go too far. We got to focus on our explorations. It's easy to get lost in the interiors of a Redrin. Or really, any interior, really, if you don't know what you're doing.
Okay, Outlander, but make it quick.
Wrong door. I was looking for the door to the outside. Okay, I like Budrone. And there's a lot more to it than I initially thought. But it looks like we've already hit the end of the village, so... I do know that in terms of the eastern lands that we were looking at, there's another city up there, an Indral city called Akamora, not far from where we were. And that city they're actually planning to rebuild entirely. A shame too, because that's one of the prettier, more unique looking cities.
You can ride.
But okay, so he travels to Omanus. So we missed the Stilt Strider when we were in Omanus.
Where would you like to go?
I had 2 guides? Really? So that's the Andothren Traveler. Oh. They both just do Andothren. Interesting that there's 2 of them. But we're back in Omanus. And I wanted to see that other... Well, we know we can't go to Kartor or Kogotel, but there was that Kraganmore that we saw on the signs. So I want to actually head back towards that before we head out towards Andothren. At this point, now that we know the Stilt Striders, I don't even care how we get to Andothren once we're ready to do so. But I think that's going to be the highlight of this stream. And from Andothren fast travel, maybe we'll see if there's other areas we also should know about. Because I know that there's supposed to be a lot of Hlalu, and we've hit a bit of Redrend, so we're probably not going in the direction they intended with this update. Alright, I'm lost right again, so I'm going to stay on the path till I see a signpost. That's always a good rule of thumb in Morrowind. If you're lost, but you're on a path, stay on the path until you find a signpost. If you go off the path, you'll be lost forever, so... Well, not forever, but if you keep walking in a straight line, eventually you'll get to something interesting. Alright, signpost, any day now. Looks like he's got some kind of farm or ranching operation going on here. That's cool. Alright, we're going to keep rolling. Still waiting for a signpost. If Kraganmore is going to be in... there's a signpost. Budrun, Kartor, Omanus. So this is back that original... We're back the way we came a bunch earlier, though. Then I did want to see Kraganmore, so maybe there's fast travel from Andothren. At this point, I want to get back to... I want to at least get to Andothren at this point. I don't have too much time longer to stream, so we're going to go back to our mark in the fort, get back on the path, and this time we're going to take... This time when we see the branch from Tain to Andothren, we're going to go towards Andothren, which is supposed to be one of the bigger cities. And then after we've had our fill of Andothren, we'll see what fast travel is like to see if there's any other areas that I should know about. Again, this whole stream between last night and today was meant to be a quick exploration. It wasn't meant to be anything in depth. And I think we've achieved that. We saw quite a bit of the new stuff. We didn't get to properly explore Firewatch before the crash. So I may do... Firewatch is big enough that it might be a stream on its own. Alright, I think I'm still lost. So let's stay on the path and find a signpost. We do know that the Tain... Alright, so this is the path towards Tain. I recognize this area. So we basically ran right past the signpost. And I remember Andothren was the opposite direction from that particular signpost. So I think if we just follow the path straight and go that way. Yeah, there's the signpost. Yep, we're going this way. And I know we'd be doing this a lot quicker if we were on the flight simulator. And Dothrin's a coastal city, so I could just head back to the water and find it easily that way. But I enjoy running around on foot because it lets us enjoy the scenery. It lets us enjoy what we would actually see if this place actually existed. Whereas the flight simulator is just... You get to enjoy the scenery that way too, but it's just, you know, flying around. It's good for when we need to get places quickly or going to general areas. Okay. Big buildings over there. We're going to climb up on this hill. More big buildings. I think we found the place. Alright, let's get into the city proper. So, this is a walled city. Wow. Some nice gardens going on, much like the indoor lands. Ah, a manor house.
Don't stand about.
All manors have nice architecture, don't they? This is, yeah. But we're not here to look at mansions and stuff. We're here to learn about our way around the new stuff. So
My time is precious, so make it quick.
the Imperial Commission. Okay, is that like an embassy of some kind? So here's a nice little Imperial facility out here. That's a pretty room.
Fine with me. Go ahead. Come on. Say something or move on.
Yeah, that was a pretty room. Now I don't remember my way back to the stairs. There they are. What's up there on this side? Just storage. Okay, so meaningless. No. Okay, so this is the same room.
What's this about?
And here's an office of some kind. Court transcript. This is a transcript for a recent court case in Andothren regarding trade misconduct. Various trade laws and pedantic details are cited from the beginning, and the transcript continues like this for a while. Okay. Now I can understand why nobody wanted to actually write the damn thing. That would have been fun, though. So this is actually a courtroom of some kind. Oh, cool. We found an Imperial courtroom in Andothren. This might be one of the highlights of the day. Alright, we're done enjoying the room. They have a balcony? Oh, okay. That's how you get up. Alright, that's another way up there. Alright, so this is basically an Imperial courthouse. Alright. That's cool. Door with a relatively low lock level. And they have a garrison as well, it looks like. Now, Halalu, of the 5 houses, Halalu is the one with the closest imperial connection. Looks like they have a little bit of a jail going on down here as well. Oh, that's enough time on this one building, if I can find my way out. So yeah, that was a nice site.
Speak quickly, Andothren,
Alright,
or run
well,
away.
that's the mansion again. Alright. Look. Wow, this city goes on for a while. We're not going to go into every building. Council Club, that's like a tavern. I think. If I remember correctly. Because there's Council Club in Balnora as well. Here's a trader. Now this is a bigger city, so we should see more stuff on this trader. Except not really. Halalu craftsman, highwayman, laborer, courtesan, noble councilman, and servant gladiator. We will take these 4 books. Maybe
Go ahead.
if there's time at the end of the stream, we might even do a reading. Bookseller. I'm just gonna poke through the titles and see if any of these are the new Tamriel Rebuilt books. I'm not gonna look at too many of these. Some of these might be. Alexia Speaks to Children. That title intrigues me. ABCs for Barbarians. That's a classic. Dwemer Burial. Looks like a novel called Fool's Ebony. Greywatch and the Harpies. Guide to Ancestral Tombs. Tell you what we're doing. We're not buying that book right now, but we're doing a stream where we come to Andothren and we check out some of these books. Because it looks like it's a mix of old and new ones. Wow, this city just keeps going and going. Oh, almost jumped off the walkway into the water by accident there. But yeah. Father's Filters. This city just keeps going and going. Oh, nice. An alchemy shop. Good to know that's sitting out here. Hall of Brewers and Fishmongers.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
We're not going to waste too much time. Okay, then.
I'm listening.
I like this city. It's going to take me some time to get to know its layout. It's certainly a lot certainly, as far as Halalu towns go, this one certainly feels unique. I mean, Balmora is nice, but I've been visiting Balmora for years. Andothren Temple,
A warm welcome to you, sir.
standard temple fare. You've seen one. Excuse me. Excuse me. But you know, if you've seen one tribunal temple, you've seen them all. So let's head back. Yeah, here's the main sanctuary area. I like. Then again, this building isn't really new to me because all the Dunmer cities have the same temple building. I shouldn't say same temple building, they have similar temple buildings. But they're pretty much the same. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Ah. Wow. That's a nice mural. That's Almalexia with her war mask. Let's come back around to the front of the temple. That's not the front of the temple, but you know what? We're in the dock area. So yeah. And here's another area of the city. Wow. Okay. Alright. This city's up there in terms of my favorites. And I mean, I know I don't know my way around and I haven't really seen the whole city yet, but I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing of this city. It looks a lot nicer now that it's populated. I mean, the Dancing Cup, that's a nice name for a pub. I've been here before when it was preview, and you couldn't go inside anywhere and there were no people. Let's head over there, because it looks like this is the dock district over here. Port Authority, probably just a standard building. Is this the bit I saw that one day? Hold on, I have to do a flight. I do want to see the layout of the land anyway, so let's hop into the sky real quick. Wow. So the city's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. Look. I think we went to that district briefly. We came in up here somewhere. But man, the city's huge. Look at this. You got all this stuff over here. Oh, I am sure we've seen part of that. We've got this upper district up here. You've got this lower district down here. And let's come back down onto the harbor and see where the ships go. He has travel. Amasthir, Old Evenheart, we've seen those. Tane and Vivek. So the standard places.
Put the day out, and I haven't much time.
Are there? So yeah, none of those are new to us at this point. This guy travels. Tane, Vivek, same places.
Go ahead, stranger.
All right. What I want to do is
Quickly, Outlander, or go away.
let's recall back to the fort. Where was it we saw the sign? It was on the other side of Tane, right? So let's recall back to the fort, run through Tane again, and see if we can find this Kraganmore we saw on the signs before. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Andothren. But I do need to cut this short. I do have things that I need to. I do have to get ready for something this afternoon, so
How are you today?
we're gonna. I do just want to see if Kraganmore is a thing, and I don't know if there's. When we're done with this, we're gonna do a little bit of Flight Simulator, just past Andothren. We're gonna do Flight Simulator and head south of Andothren and just see if there's any little villages or whatever that we couldn't find fast travel for. But we'll do that with the Flight Simulator, and we're not gonna do too much focus on that. Basically, this is a try and see a little bit of everything kind of stream, rather than being in-depth on one or two things. We definitely saw a lot more than we saw last night, though. And I do want to do a proper. I want to do a proper explore of New Firewatch. I want to do a proper explore of Andothren. And I've never actually properly explored Necrom. I mean, I've been to Necrom many times, but never really in depth. And I've never really done a proper explore of what's it called? Port Telvanus either. We're just passing through real quick. Now, it may be that Kraganmore is part of the next update, and that's why we didn't see any fast travel to it. But now that we've passed through Tane, we're seeing the other options on the signposts. Omanus, Bodrun. Yeah, so we have to head back towards Bodrun. So after Kraganmore, we're going to recall the fort one more time, activate Flight Simulator, fly towards and then past Andothren. And I think that would be a nice way to end the stream. We've already been going almost double the length of last night. So now we're looking for a signpost again. There's a fork in the road. Where's the signpost? Oh well. I hope I'm going the right direction. Yeah. I'm glad I decided to do this during the day rather than use up an evening slot for this one. Because as it turns out, I'm going to be away from home again for part of next week. And after having already taken an unplanned 3-week break because of my illness, I'm running out of time to get in the programs that I want to get done by the end of the year. So, alright, I'm not seeing the Kraganmore sign, but I do know that it was towards Boudroon. We saw, so, Kartor was one of the areas that was behind that gate we couldn't open, as was Kogotel. So we're not going to check those out today because we can't. Actually, I have the flight ring. I can fly over that gate. Could just be that those are areas that aren't ready yet, though. So we're not going to do that. I'm not really wanting to do preview lands today. I feel like that would be a waste of my time, is to do preview lands today. Because we've seen those before. There's another signpost. Alright, so Kraganmore is... So let's orient ourselves. There's that path. I think it said to go on this path. Here's hoping I'm still going in the right direction. Okay, so it looks like Kraganmore is behind the gate too. Alright. So unfortunately Kraganmore is behind the gate too. Alright, so we just wasted a few minutes. Alright, Flight Simulator. The Morrowind Flight Simulator. Alright, there's the fort. We need to get high enough that I can see around. We're going to follow the coast until we come up to Andothren. I don't remember exactly where Andothren is in terms of the coast, but I know it's on the coast. There it is. Alright, that wasn't so hard. He has traveled too. He goes to Ebenhart, Stadonine, Law Ode. Alright, so he's a ferryman. We're going to take him back to Andothren. And he drops me in the water, just like the one fast travel guy did last night over in the east. Yeah, so we're back where we were before. I still don't know exactly where in Andothren the Silt Strider is. Let's fly around Andothren and find the Silt Strider. That way we can see if they go anywhere besides Boudroon. Which is where we saw that there was a Silt Strider in the first place. There's the Siltstrider Tower. I just want to see where he...
I will listen out, but make it quick.
No, that's the guard tower. That's the Siltstrider Tower. He goes to Almasthir, Manon, and Omanus. Manon is new.
Where would you like to go?
And this guy, he goes to, just so we know, Arvud. Let's go to Arvud, and then we'll make our way back up to Manon. Let me just make sure that that's all the new stuff. So he goes to Manon. All right, why do we have two guys standing together? Oh, because yeah, the fast travel preview thing, right? Okay, that explains the duplication of the guys. So this is Arvud. Looks like a biggish town, but not on the same scale as Andothren. All right. So, dude, you're in my way.
By the gods, you tourists are a nuisance.
You're the one blocking the door. You're the only nuisance here. Oh, it's just another manor house. We're not wait. That's not anything important, that house. At least not for tonight. So Arvud. What is this, a guar farm?
Quickly.
Nice. It looks like... Or a parking lot, maybe, for travelers. That's what this could be. It kind of reminds me of Sauron in that it's a Hlalu town built on a hill. So it twists you every which way, trying to figure out where you're going.
What? Why do this stuff?
The bazaar. It's a nice little marketplace area.
Make it quick out.
But we're not going to waste time. Well, we're already wasting time just going around in circles trying to find our way around this place. Alright. I think the goal at this point is to find our way back to the Siltstrider so that we can go to Manon. Because I think that's the last of the towns that we haven't looked at yet that we know about. There's probably a lot of little villages as well that we would find if we took the time to run along the path. But at this point, I have to get ready for later, so I have to, I want to see this last town and then be on my way. I still don't know my way around this place, but that's okay. I don't anticipate that I'll be spending a lot of time in Arvud in future explorations either.
Where would you like to go?
I'm going to Manon.
Where would you like to go?
So there's the Silt Strider. There we saw a house. That must be the town right there. Hold on.
What do you want?
I think my guy might actually look good in that armor. Let's do one more murdering.
Die.
That was easy. Can't wear the boots or the helm, remember? He can keep his pants. Looks good on him. The pauldrons are a bit big for my taste. That's just impractical, but I like the look. Alright, let's just take a quick look around in here. Okay, so there's this big house on its own. He must be someone important, because you can see he's got his own little area off to the side. Okay, so this village is tiny. A nice tiny little village. Maybe not tiny, but let's see what this smith has going on for him. Ah, that's two different. Let's just see. They're pretty much the same, even though they have two different names. That's okay. Alright, so there's the Silt Strider complex. Such a huge guard tower for such a tiny village. I can't help but get the feeling we've already seen the end of town, so let's just fly. Yeah, that is all there is to town. This place is tiny. I was right. Okay. We're done here for today. Let me see if there's anyone to raid. We're gonna raid Ray Music today. It's harder to raid during the daytime because there's not as many people on. But we're gonna raid Ray Music, and I may or may not be back later tonight with a proper evening stream. But yeah, look, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing in this Tamriel Rebuild update so far. Obviously, I didn't go too in depth with anything. So have a good night, and I'll see you guys soon. I mean, have a good rest of your day if I don't see you later. Let's see, is that 1M or 2Ms? All right, let's go. Oh, Ray Music has raids turned off. Who else do I see? Piamit, maybe? We can raid Piamit. All right. Have a good rest of your day, and I may or may not see you later. This was fun. See you soon. This was fun.